Name is Darshan Upadhyay, and my in-game name is Darshan. And I was born in Canada, but I've lived about 90% of my life in the United States and about like 60% of it in California, specifically like the San Diego area. I played top lane for the CLG League of Legends team. I grew up in Washington State in Redmond until I was about 8 or 9 years old, and then I moved to Southern California for like parents' jobs reasons until like I graduated high school, and then that was like when I had to make the decision between do I want to go pro or do I want to keep going to college, and then chose to become a pro. And been moving around a bunch of LA areas for like the last 3 years. So I've been on a team called Monomaniac Esports, which was like the first time when I went to my first event called IPL4. That was in like the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. And I was 17 years old, and I just remember like getting invited to go to that tournament in the first place because I was kind of like a sub brought on. They didn't even really want me, but they had no other choice. And that was kind of like my first step in, and it was just breathtaking to like show up to the venue and see like the hundreds of fans that were there to watch me play a video game. And I was just kind of taken away by how real pro gaming was, and it kind of just changed my life from that moment. And ever since then, I've just followed like this path on becoming like the best League of Legends player I can be. So growing up, I just spent a lot of time playing video games in general. I was going to school, and that was like, you know, the main thing, like middle school, high school, all that jazz. But like the main thing I would do for fun was video games, and I'd of course spend time with friends, but I was just like pretty competitive with my brother. If we weren't playing something like Kingdom Hearts together, we were like playing like Halo together, and we were trying to like rank up to level 50, which was like the highest rank when it was like Halo 2. Or we were playing World of Warcraft for like a little bit of time, and it was just going from like game to game, playing with like friends and siblings. So the funny thing is I've actually been a pro for 4 years, and a lot of people don't realize how long I've been in the LCS, because when they think of like the longest veterans, they'll say, oh, there's like Dyrus, there's Xpecial, there was like Saint, and there's still, there's Doublelift, there's Afro, and there's High, and there's all these people that have been playing for so long. But they don't realize is that I've been a pro since season 2. I've been playing for so long, and the difference between like a veteran and a rookie in like a lot of aspects of like life when you're comparing someone who's just started and someone who's been in it for a long time is like their drive. And there's days when I'll wake up for LCS now, and I woke up the same way 4 years ago, like feeling that passion. Like the second I wake up, it's like I'm playing an LCS, like I'm excited, and I have that fire, and I have that drive, and I have that heart to want to succeed, like to want to be the best at this game. And I haven't achieved that, so that's what keeps me going every day, is like another time to like improve myself at becoming a better top laner, a better player, a better person. Like I can keep improving at this game, and I haven't reached that like pinnacle of being the best. And I'll go back to like, people will always ask me also like, what's your like best moment of being a pro? I've been a pro for like 3 years, 4 years, and it's been a long time, and people will say, oh, when you won the NA championship, when you won Madison Square Garden, that's probably when like your favorite moment is, right? And I'll look back at that moment and I'll remember like I was happy, I was like, nice, we won, but I wasn't content. Like I still felt that burning desire, like we haven't won everything. At that moment we won, even when like the confetti was falling down and like everyone around us was cheering, like the whole Madison Square Garden was like lighting up, I like still didn't care about that achievement because I hadn't proved to anyone, I hadn't proved to myself, most of all importantly, that I was the best and that I did everything I could have done to achieve like the ultimate goal. And that was what keeps me going every day. Just keep pushing myself to become the best, keep pushing myself to become better. And I was looking towards that World Finals. And I also have that feeling when I wake up the next day to just play my best and compete and feel that desire of just like competition. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing against like the bottom team in LCS or I'm playing against the top team. I'm just still so excited to compete and to win. And it's the same feeling as when I first started 4 years ago. So I think that's like the strongest part of me, is like my desire to just keep learning, keep growing, keep improving, and that's why even though I've been a pro for so long, I still won't stop until I like have that ultimate goal completed. I've always been just like naturally just curious person. I'm always asking questions and things like that, and as I like came out on my own in the world and like started living myself, I like started realizing that like I can just go out and try things. So I'm always like curious about like meeting new people, learning new things, like trying new things. So I'll go rock climbing, I tried skydiving, like I've been singing a lot, and I like tried like swing dancing once even though I'm awful at dancing. It's just I just love like exploring. I feel like I'm an explorer at heart, and whether it's like ideas, people, and like things or places, like I just want to like learn more about the world. And I know that I'll never learn like everything there is like to know about the world, or like even see everything, but I feel like there's so much out there, and that's another thing I want to do at like some point in my life, is just like travel around the world, because I feel like there's so many things for me to learn and so many things for me to experience that I haven't yet. And like even though League like takes up a lot of my time and like kind of takes away from that like exploring in my life, I still try and like when I can just like fit that in so that I can learn more about the world and learn more about myself. And like I'll try new things, I'll like take new perspectives, because I feel like there's so much more to learn from failing and trying it yourself. And a lot of times people just start at the first step and they say, oh, I don't believe this can be done, or I haven't heard anyone else do it, or I haven't seen anyone else do it. So they just stop right there. But if you have like an idea, or if you have something that you hold dear and you're really passionate about, then go for it. And don't let anyone like stop you or try and tell you you can't do it, because if you have your heart set on it, if you have your mind set on it, like that's how you get like a very like fulfilling life. And it's another great thing I learned recently is that like when you try and get advice from someone, they'll try and give you advice a lot of times based on what's happened in their lives. They don't know your life situation. They don't know you as well as you know yourself. You know yourself the best. So it's good to like kind of take it with like a really small grain of salt what other people tell you, and even the stuff I'm telling you guys right now, but it's just really important to trust yourself and go for what you really are passionate about, because at the end of the day, like you're living life for, okay, maybe not you're living life for whatever you want to live life for, but it's really important that you really like go for what you're passionate about and really trust in yourself, because that's all you have sometimes. So growing up, I felt like I was probably more of like a shy person, and that wasn't really my personality. It's kind of like I would act like more shy around people I didn't know, but I feel like becoming a pro gave me a lot more confidence in myself, and I like found out I had the ability to sing because I just had the confidence to like try it more. I like have a much easier time just like talking to people on camera and all that things. I'm just like not nervous anymore, and I feel like I owe that a lot to like the confidence fans have brought me and the confidence I've gained in myself from like my skill in the game. And it's crazy to think like how much like being good at a video game changed my life, because I never thought in a million years that this is something that's special, this is something that's important, this is something that can grow me in other ways besides, you know, actually doing well in school. And I remember thinking back to the time where I had to choose between, am I gonna go to college or am I gonna go like pro in League? And that was like a really tough time, because I was also like talking to my parents and they're like, why would you move to a gaming house to play an online game where you can just play from home and stuff like that? And it's a really hard decision to make, because it's not black and white. It's not, this is one thing is better than the other, right? It's like following your heart, choosing what you really want to do. And I really felt strongly about becoming a pro, and sometimes you'll look back on that decision, like your major life decisions, you'll always look back on those and wonder, did I make the right choice? And every time I look back on that decision, you know, I'll think of, oh, I could have been in college right now. I could have been in my second year of college, third year of college, doing what like my friends are doing, you know, that I went to high school with. And I realized that all the things I've learned being a pro and all these experiences I've had, I'd never have the chance to do them. So I'm really glad that I like decided to become a pro and decided to go through living in gaming houses and go through like all the like struggles I've been through, because I've had the highest highs and like the lowest lows of my life, and I've just grown so much as a person. And I'm so grateful for like Riot, all the people I've been on a team with, everyone at CLG. It's just been an amazing journey.